Shibbity dibbity lop bop bop a doo bop beep.
All right.
What does that do?
It's supposed to like decompress the pressure right there so it doesn't spray too much when you open it because of how carbonated it is.
You saw ticky tack?
No, it's just like I've done that since I was a kid.
Who told you that was a thing?
Mm-hmm.
You believe it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open up one right after you.
There's no more
and
to
not
open.
go and see what it does.
A lot of people do that.
I ain't never seen nobody do that except for you.
Oh my gosh.
You are so extra.
Okay. Welcome back to Poured Unfiltered, where we sip, spill, and speak the truth. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Marcus. Together, we're the Stevens.
And today we are talking all things money.
All things money.
Yeah. Which means this could be either really productive or we need a therapy session like ASAP Rocky afterwards.
It's going one way or the other.
But one thing we'll say is we do have his account, hers account, and we do have a joint account. And where most of the damage happens, it's usually in our joint.
In the joint.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if it's anything like bills, mortgage, kids, anything like that, that is coming out of our
main
account there. Sure. But I'll say one thing we are not doing is doing like the nickel and diming. Like we went out to dinner last night. Send me the $20 for my meal. Like we have moved on and moved past. I do know
that moved on and moved past. You ain't never Venmo'd me $20 for the other half of the meal.
Well, I was like thinking if we were like dating or like we weren't officially living together or I don't know, just certain stuff like if we got like groceries before we were living together. I feel like
before we were living together?
Yeah. Like when we were at the
Baby, you ain't never paid me for nothing. Not like that. You were pretty spoiled.
Okay.
Think about it. We were in Seattle. Mm-hmm. You were unofficially living with me because you still had your apartment. You didn't pay for any utilities or the rent. You didn't pay for the groceries. You had it good.
I guess I did.
How you not remember that?
I just don't recall that.
What do you recall? Sending me $50 every week?
No, I just feel like if we went grocery shopping, I would Venmo you. Like we'd go and get stuff for dinner.
I don't remember.
Either I would pay for it.
Maybe.
And like, I don't know.
I guess I just don't remember that. It's so long ago. We're talking 2016, 2017.
Anyways, clearly.
I doubt that though.
Anyways.
Well, before you dive in, should we at least talk about what we're drinking?
Yeah, we can.
Sound like you gonna need one anyway.
Well, yeah, it sounds like I need something a little bit stronger. But right now I have a hard seltzer. It's the lime flavor. It's the very last one that we have. Not my favorite flavor, but...
Yeah, I tried that. It's trash.
Something easy.
What's the brand? What is it?
It's Kirkland. It's just Kirkland. It's like a Truly, but it's the Costco brand.
Oh, yeah. Right on.
What are you drinking?
My father-in-law came into town and left.
When is the last time they came into town?
I don't know, but he left these, and so that's what I'm drinking today. So it's an 805. It's just a beer. It's California Blonde Ale.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what we're doing today. Beer, because that's what's available.
Okay. I think that's back from maybe December.
Let me see. No, we're good.
Okay.
Tastes fine to me.
Okay. So I think money mindset really starts with how you grew up.
Yeah.
Like, were you a save everything type of household? Were you a we'll figure it out type of household?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
And listen to Steven's household. I thought things were fairly tight. Like we still got to we went on trips. Mm-hmm. We weren't deprived of happiness, right? I still got to, pay for the football package for Pop Warner and all of that. But it'd just be little things that I think my dad would be tighter on. Like most people, you guys got to go out much. We didn't really go out to eat much. But if we did, like, oh, okay, we're going to swing by McDonald's. It ain't no, he wants a number 3, your brother wants a number 2, I want a number 1. Nah. It's like, get a cheeseburger and fries. Y'all can share the fries. No drinks. That costs extra.
I remember your dad saying, like, no, we're not getting drinks.
We got water at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be things like that. Mm-hmm. But also, I do believe, we were a two income household, but my mom was what you call a pie. She's a correction officer, and a pie is like part time. So she would go. She was on call.
Okay.
There was always work and an opportunity for her to go in, but I think the priority was first to be home with us. And so my dad worked full time and definitely would work long days, overtime, sometimes 16, 12-hour days.
Yeah.
And so that's how we're able to go to prom and on these vacations. But there's just little things that I remember when I was younger. We'd go in and he'd give me the light bill. He's like, I'm going to go pay for this, or I'm going to go do this, go across the street and pay for the light bill. And he'd give me the money. And I remember saying, like, this ain't all of it. But like, they cut it out, but this is what we put in. Because he's like, and you got to put your 10% in at church. So he was religious with that. Like, no matter what, that's going in. Yeah. And if that means we can't pay the full light bill or this full bill or whatever it is, then so be it. We'll see what the consequences are. But his way of thinking is like, gotta figure it out for us. But again, we didn't struggle. Yeah. But it's just my mom. She had plenty of medical bills and things like that, and so you got 3 growing boys. Yep. Mom's working part time, but she also has health issues, and so we were not struggling, but not like we're going to Fiji next week kind of thing either. Okay. Yeah, we had a house. Everybody had my brothers didn't have their own room, but they shared. You had your own room. I had my own room. My parents had their own room. So, we weren't like 8 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. We had a home. I grew up with a huge backyard and in an actual home. Mm-hmm. But, that was Mark Stevens for you.
Okay. And was money talked about, or did you guys like avoid that conversation, or?
Not so much, just...
It just was what it was.
It just was what it was. Yeah, that's a good way to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about you? What was it like growing up in the Colvin household?
I will say, I think my brother and I were very blessed. My dad worked for the government for a good portion of his career, and then my mom was a school teacher. But we obviously still had our like chores and stuff that we had to do, but we had an allowance. We both had our individual bank accounts under our parents or whatever. So it was like, you could put that money into your credit or your savings account or whatever it was. Yeah. I don't really necessarily remember like really, really talking about money, but it wasn't like it was a topic we avoided. Yeah. It was just like, if you want to get your allowance for this week, your room needs to be clean, your bathroom needs to be cleaned, you need to pick up the dog poop, you need to do this, you need to do these. Like, these are the things. Yeah. And honestly, I think for the most part, me and my brother did what was needed.
You wanted that bread.
It was interesting growing up because it was like I had some school friends that maybe were not necessarily in that same bucket. So when they came to our house, they were like, oh my gosh, this is a like huge house. Like, we did all have our own rooms, and then we had an extra bedroom. But then it's like some of my teammates in club owned their own company, and they had like this huge mansion. And I'm like,
you're right in the middle.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right in the middle. So yeah, forever grateful for that experience. But yeah, it's, I don't recall going to like a McDonald's and it being like, we're not, I mean, if it was like late at night, then maybe, you're not getting a drink, but it was like, what drink are you getting? Oh, I'll get Dr. Pepper.
Dang.
Like, it wasn't.
Was a luxury. Must be nice.
So yeah, it's a little bit of a difference.
Follow-up question, was the allowance also a part of your like lunch money for school?
I think we took lunches.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
Again, very blessed. I think my parents made our lunches for us for most of our school. I don't know about like, I can't even remember like senior, junior year and like that type of thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But I do remember like when I was older, we would drive to Taco Bell during lunch. And so I would, obviously that would come from allowance or whatever I had saved. Yeah. But majority of the time we would just take like a packed lunch.
For sure. Okay. I'm only asking because... one, I didn't get an allowance. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
But My dad would give me lunch money, and I remember being in middle school, and it'd be like, you get $20 for 2 weeks. He'd give me like $20.
What does that get you?
I was like, that's $2 a day. Be like a burrito and a Gatorade. $1 burrito, $1 Gatorade on campus.
I mean, now the times have changed. It's
man.
like $5 for a
Gatorade.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that grew from, I think, $20 every 2 weeks, and burritos and Fantas or Powerades to high school, and now I'm starting to drive, and it's like, yeah, I can go off campus.
We gotta pay for gas too.
And so now I got to figure out gas. So it's like, do I use this money on gas or do I use this money on lunch?
Yeah.
So sometimes we would just have to make our own lunch, or.
Yeah.
I feel like in middle school, maybe my friends will tell me, am I wrong? I feel like we would like kind of mix and match the lunches and kind of help each other out. Like,
that's nice.
Yeah, it's like he covered this, so he got the honey buns, so I got the what is that? Like the little chicken fingers or whatever. I feel like we did something like, I can't recall, and I'm sure once they
it.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was gonna say, yeah, we definitely, both my brother and I would get a gas card just because we had like a Costco membership, but it would be like, I think it would be for the month, and then once that was done, then it's like you have to take your allowance and pay for it. But I think,
how do you know when you capped out?
Well, I mean, you track it. Like when you go to get gas, it will say you spent $25 to fill up your tank back in the day. My little Acura.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe it was like $100 for the month.
So it was like a debit card that had $100 on it, and then once it's zeroed out, it's zeroed out? Or could you go above and be like, oh, I forgot?
Nope. It would just zero out.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it was like a prepaid. It just literally said Costco on it.
A prepaid Costco gas card. I wonder could you have used that inside the store as well?
I don't think so. I think it's
just because it said gas. I'm like, that was your lunch right there.
I mean, yeah.
It's your lunch. Carpool with your friend every other day, then you ain't going through your gas.
Like, yeah, it doesn't have like your Costco membership on it, so like I don't even think I could go into Costco and show it. Like it's a different card than your normal membership card.
So if you could though, that would have been clutch, because you could have had a bunch of the samples. You're buying food at bulk.
I guess I didn't really have time to just wander around Costco on a Tuesday afternoon.
Do it on the weekend before school week start. All right, I got a bunch of these frozen taquitos or burritos.
They can pay for the stuff that we get.
All right.
That wasn't my top of mind thing to do on my weekend. Just scroll through Costco. Nowadays, yes, I will do that. I'll go up and down every aisle. But back when I was 17, no.
And why you do that? Because you don't want to come home to us?
No, it's just a nice little, like, I get out of my house, I'm like, oh.
Cool, so we can go together as a family then next week. You ready?
No, that defeats the purpose. See? I like to slowly walk up and down aisles without hearing mom, without hearing babe, just take my time and look at the different things.
I understand, Mom.
So, I think one of us definitely operates like there's a recession every Tuesday, and the other one's like, we'll make it back, we'll get there. And I mean, I know what I think. I think it does fluctuate, but I think you are the person that's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like you're penny pinching, and then other times it's like, oh, it was on sale, so I figured I'd just get it. It was just a quick bag of chips, and like whatever. And I'm like,
I don't know if it's to the extreme of a quick bag of chips, but whatever. I will do something, something outrageous where you're like, what the hell? He just questioned me about them books, or the lima beans I just bought. Now he's over here buying red bottoms,
or like cinnamon rolls.
That actually happened. That is a true story.
Yes.
It was nostalgic. I saw it getting gas. I was like, oh, come here. Anyway, I think, in my opinion, is that what you're about to ask me? Who I think is the penny pincher? I think it's me. I agree. I think, I act as if a recession is rolling in on Tuesday. That's a
selectively. Selectively.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, it's the guy in me, wanting to make sure, like most people will wake up and they'll look at Facebook or Instagram, right? They wake up, see what time it is. Let me check my my social media. I wake up and I check the bank accounts. Maybe something happened in the last 8 hours. I need to know. Let's see where we starting for the day. That'll ruin my day or make me have a great day. I just want it to always be something there so that I know the mouths that depend on me are always straight.
That's fair.
And so that's just my way of thinking. And so sometimes when you go to the grocery store, it like stresses me out because I'm like, she's gonna come home with a bunch of stuff that nobody likes but her, and then she's gonna get the expensive stuff, and then on top of that, she might get something that we already have, the cheese from Costco, for example, or bacon. We have an outdoor refrigerator, and I remember some time ago, it's the 2-pack of cheese, shredded cheese, and then the 2-pack of bacon. Yeah, well, we had one of the two or both in the outdoor refrigerator, and then the other half was in the inside. And I think that you just thought we were low, and you were in such a hurry to hurry and get up and leave so you can go on this adventure alone that you didn't check to see what we had or didn't have, or you didn't ask me while you were gone, and then you went and spent like an extra $40, $50, whatever it was, because it's Costco, of some stuff we already had on. And so like little stuff like that stresses me out.
Well, thank God your daughter loves cheese and bacon.
This is true.
So, likely went through that.
That girl can out-eat any adult in bacon. And I put money on that.
Okay, what you said earlier kind of brings me into our next segment is getting into broke habits versus wealth habits. We're not talking about income. We're talking about like a mindset. And you had mentioned looking at your bank account. And so I'm just going to list out some of the broke habits: spending to feel successful, avoiding looking at your bank account.
Yeah.
Living paycheck to paycheck by choice. I don't know why anybody would choose to do that.
They said tomorrow ain't promised. I'm going to Miami.
I guess so. Buying things just because they're on sale and emotional spending. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm not like you. I don't wake up and look at the bank account as my first thing. And it's not like I'm avoiding it. It's just like, I don't know. That's just not the first thing I do when I wake up.
But what about can you read the bottom three again?
Living paycheck to paycheck by choice, buying things just because they're on sale.
Okay.
And emotional spending.
The emotional spending part, though. How do you feel like you do on that department?
I think sometimes I do. Or like, I deserve this because of my crazy week that I had with the kids, potty training and no nanny and all the things.
Starbucks, massage.
Sometimes, yeah. I definitely do that emotional spending. But
Yeah.
I think that's very similar for you too. Like, stop by hit some golf balls at the range.
Well, no. What I want for your investment not to go bad. See, you bought me, a brand new set of golf clubs for Christmas. If I could not use them, and they'll just collect dust in the garage, that's not a good return on your investment.
It's an emotional spending going to the golf course after work, spending $25 to hit investment. 7 balls.
That could be the next Tiger Woods, y'all.
Okay.
Also, it's $5, but it's $5 for a small thing. Anyway, yes. And sometimes I get it for free. They know me. I'm a frequent flyer there.
Okay. Anyways, let's talk about wealth habits: intentional spending, investing before spending, delayed gratification, knowing where your money is going, and spending aligned with goals.
Wait, I just thought about something.
Yeah.
I do think you were kind of breaking those down, saying for the most part we're pretty good. I will admit, I think the first one was spending for others.
Spending to feel successful.
I will admit, I have done. I've done that twice, but it was for you.
Oh,
when I tore my Achilles, and you babied me and took care of me. What did we do?
I ain't never gotten a gift like that a day in my life. 2 gifts. I got a YSL purse and some red bottoms.
I walked out that store
for taking care of this man after he tore his Achilles.
It was deserving. I'm sure I was a lot, because like she had to give me at first. I'm like army crawling up and down the stairs, And so it got to a point where it's like, well, I'm just gonna stay downstairs until it's time to go to bed, or I'm gonna just stay upstairs, and then she would just have to bring like food up to me or whatever. So it was a lot because you were still working too at the same time. So you were like a nanny and a full-time employee for your day job. And then people probably don't talk about this enough, but I think I was depressed because I was so active. This is before kids, so I was so active. I was so used to being out and about, always playing basketball with the fellas every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. On the other days, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
And then sometimes in between all that, I would go on bike rides with a few of the fellas. Always out and about, both of us. Sometimes I'd go to your meet. What?
Just thinking about when you got a cramp on your
My buddies were like riding bikes. Small pivot from that
Oh my
original
gosh.
story. My buddies were trying to get more into biking, so they bought brand new bikes. So I went and bought a brand new bike. And instead of warming up, going on like a 3 mile, 2 mile, 4 mile, they're like, yeah, we're just going to do this, what was it, like 16 mile
I don't
ride?
remember.
I'm an athlete. It's nothing. I didn't finish. And then I had to call vet to come pick me up because I sweat so much that I started cramping and I couldn't get back on my bike.
Go pick him
She
up
had
in
to
the
go pick me
middle
up
of
somewhere in
nowhere.
the city.
Wild. It was wild.
But yeah, so I mean,
So you're saying that was more of like an ego purchase?
yeah, like you took care of me. I was pretty sad. I remember you having to like drive me around just so I could get fresh air and be out of the house. And you were, I could tell you were like, this is some bullshit. But you humored me. And so I wanted to repay you back by just saying thank you, by buying you something that, yeah, you could kind of stunt on all your friends and people with. Just, I got some red bottoms for something. Now, I almost cried when I left the store. I was like, what? How much is that, ma'am? I only want these 2 items. She was like, yeah, this is the price. Oh.
You wanted to put it back so quick.
Yeah, she was like, but doors, this one's on sale. I said, I don't want to see nothing else then because I know the price is just going to go up.
You're stupid. Oh, I appreciate it.
So,
It's all love.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's, yeah. I think another ego purchase is certain things that you might see on like social media or, you know, other people have and they've gotten, maybe it's for their house or maybe it's just for lifestyle, whatever. I know I've done that with like
What?
just different like pre-workouts or proteins or something that I see that's
fine.
like popping off. Yeah.
I don't hold you for that.
But it's kind of like, oh, I see people are doing this and people are like hyping it up to be like this big, great thing, which I will say the clear protein from Bloom.
Clear.
Yeah, it is. It's fire. It's not like a chocolate or vanilla. It's like literally strawberry watermelon flavor. And it's fire.
Same deal? You just pour it in your water?
Yeah.
Call it a day?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
right
it was
on.
like this big thing on social media. So I was like, oh, I got to try that. And so that's like for me, like that would be like an ego purchase where I'm like, well, I see it's blowing up, so it must be good.
You
Let me
consider
try
that
it.
like an ego purchase?
Yeah.
See, I consider it more
Keeping up with, you know, social
with the
media trends
Joneses.
and stuff.
Okay. When you say that, I think of like I want to go get a Lexus or a Mercedes, or Audi. Like I want to go get a nice luxury car. But it's like, why? You don't have to. But I still see so many people who have it. We have 2 vehicles. The first car Beck ever bought, which runs perfectly fine for the most part. I just drive it every day to work. It's a Toyota. Sorry. What the hell do you have?
It's a Nissan.
It's a Nissan. Sorry. And then we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Like,
Yeah.
they're both paid off. So we don't have a car payment.
Yeah.
We don't have a need. But if she said green light, like, there's a possibility I won't come back. I'd leave and come back home with, like,
Different car.
yeah. Yeah. And it's just because I see so many people with them. Like I'll see people, let's just say on social media. I don't want to go further than that. But yeah, I see some people on social media. It's like they live in an apartment. How the hell she got a BMW?
So,
Right? And I'm like,
sometimes
I
it's
know
just
my
like-
credit score better than hers.
sometimes people are more, they want to pour more into the vehicle they drive than the house they own. Or, you know, maybe it's, I don't know what the situation is, but
Yeah.
I do see that a lot where it's like you might have a really nice car, but then your house isn't great. Or you,
Or
have
you
a
don't
really
have a
nice
house.
Or you have a really nice house and you don't have a car type of
They
situation.
have a really
So
nice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
yeah, sometimes.
I don't know. I consider that more of the like, excuse me, the ego purchase where I want something, so I look good to others. Because it's like we're not doing bad in life. Like, hold on, and all we got to show for it is that they can see.
Yeah.
Is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it's like, pause. We own 2 homes. Hold on. I got plenty of jewelry up there. Like it's the little things like that that they won't know. But again, I'm doing it for them, so it's probably for the best that you don't send me to the dealership
Probably.
alone.
Yeah. Okay. I want to know your thoughts on lifestyle creep, and what do you think that is?
Lifestyle creep?
Yeah, I had no idea what it
What the
was.
hell does that mean?
So lifestyle creep is when your lifestyle changes or you make more money, but the amount of money that's coming in is the same amount of money going out. So you're making more money and you're still
But
living
your
it.
expenses grow.
Because like, oh, I'm making more money.
Yeah,
I can spend more.
Diapers and formula was more. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but it's like you get a promotion and you make more money, and so you automatically think like, oh, well, I'm making more money. I can go and spend here, and I can go and get this, and I can go and get this because I've got that extra $25K or whatever it is, and you're still back at square one where it's like maybe you're paycheck to paycheck, or maybe you're wanting to add more to your savings, but you're still feeling like you're not in that place.
True.
I never knew that it was called lifestyle creep.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
But yeah, that seems like a very real thing.
I'm sure it is. I will say, like, with this new promotion that I had gotten, a month ago? Or whatever, I saw it, obviously an increase in my paycheck. But I only got like 1 or 2 of them. After that, I just started taking more out or contributing more to my 401k.
Yeah.
So now the paycheck that I'm getting looks like the previous one I was getting before the promotion. And I think it's easy to not fall into that when you're thinking about the future. So like increasing the contribution to 401k. And then we also talked about a new strategy offline about our contributions to our savings. And so that number increased. So now it's like, for me, I make more now from this promo again. But it sure don't feel like it.
But that money is going, it is going to other places where I feel like before it probably was just getting spent because it was easy in the account.
100%.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right about that.
Yeah. I want to ask, how do you feel like we got to the conversation of managing our money together? Because I know you have some coworkers and people that that are like, yes, we're very individual. We have our own accounts. We do Venmo and we send money for bills and stuff like that. Like, I really don't remember. Like, it just was like a normal thing. Like, I just feel like we were in Seattle and it was like, we're going to Chase and we're signing up and we're getting an account together. And that's just what it was. There was no conversation of like, you have to make sure you send me this money. And like, I don't know. I'm just curious to see like, it
was an unspoken agreement. Like we decided to move into an apartment together when we were in Seattle, still working at Amazon. And honestly, we didn't even talk about like, should we get a place together? It was just, I said one day I need a bigger spot and I want to go look. And you're like, I'm coming too. And then we kept just asking for our wants within that apartment complex. Anyway, so it felt like we just never have those conversations. But one day in the midst of looking for an apartment or after we just signed the lease, we went to, it was, I don't remember what the name of the grocery store was, but it had a Chase connected to it. We went in, we got a joint account, and then we would both we kept our original accounts that we had before we got together, and we just contribute to it every month, knowing like, all right, the rent and the utilities for this new apartment is going to come directly out of this account. Yeah. We weren't even engaged, I don't think, at that point, and we just had a joint account. We were living life on the edge. You just knew you wasn't going to leave.
We had that Amazon money.
But yeah, that was so unconventional. You were either crazy or just crazy about me.
A little bit of both, I think. Now I'm crazy, just crazy.
Now you're just crazy.
Well, obviously I'm crazy about you, but now.
Oh, okay.
Cuckoo. You've made me cuckoo.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so why do you think this works best for us?
I think it still gives each other one. It's a lot of trust because most of the money is still going to a joint account. So it shows the amount of faith that we have in each other.
Yeah.
To stay on par with the financial task and strategy we've set in place, but also still have your own little bit of rainy day fun fun money, whatever you want to do with it. Because, like I said, we kept those accounts that we had before, and it just gives you the autonomy to be like, you know what, I'm gonna put this little money aside here in this account so it doesn't get spent, so I can go to Jamaica with the girls, or I can buy him a surprise gift, and he won't be like, where the hell does $500 come from? Because I will see it, and I will ask.
Yeah.
Every time.
I think that's exactly it. Like, a lot of the times when I go get my nails done or something, like, that usually comes from my personal account. If I buy any, like, gifts or things like that for you, that comes from my personal account. So, our individual paychecks go to our individual accounts. Correct. And then we transfer a certain amount to the joint account, and that's where, like, our mortgage and bills and all of that stuff comes out of. But it is nice to still have our own separate accounts to be able to do those things where it's not like, oh, I saw $500 was spent. What was that for? And it was like, well, it was for you to go to the Cowboys game or something like that. So I do think it's still important to have your own separate accounts as long as, there's some visibility into those and, it's, the trust and autonomy is there.
What strategies, can I ask, have you seen, like, historically throughout your friend groups and maybe coworkers? Or
that's a good question.
are we oddballs? Are we normal?
I feel like we're more normal. I think there are some people that don't have their personal accounts anymore, and it's just one joint account. Yeah. Which just, for me as a person and in general, like, that just feels, I don't think controlling is the word, because it's not necessarily controlling from the other person, but I think it's always good, no matter what situation you're in, to have your own bank account tied to you specifically. Yeah. I don't think there's any reason to depreciate your own individual account, to just have one joint account.
Why?
Again, I think it's good for the rainy day funds, for
just in case I leave his ass money.
No, it's nice to have multiple different savings accounts and things that are accumulating money rather than just one savings account and one checking account.
I was just being devil's advocate. I thought it might have been something, if I remember, it was something like to do with your ex. I remember you had a lot of money that you had initially in, like, savings or something, but then you had to start tapping into that and paying his half of the mortgage or rent or whatever. Yeah. Back in the day before we started dating in Seattle. Yeah. I thought it had something to do with that. That's why I was bringing it up. So I was just being facetious.
No. I do think it's important to have your own separate account. Yeah. And then have a joint account where most of the transactions happen in the joint account. Yeah.
And you say that's probably what you see the most amongst your peers?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. I see a good mix. Yeah. Some will do solely just, they have their own separate accounts, and they'll Venmo, which to each his own,
I feel like I just never want to be in a situation where it's like, I know that I worked hard for this money. Not that it's just my money, but, like, if I want to keep $200 and go and buy a, I don't know, workout set or whatever, like, I don't want to feel guilty or feel like I need to ask permission to go and do that. Like, no, this is from my account. This was my money. It didn't.
You married, right?
That's our joint account.
I was just gonna say, mine don't exist no more.
I'm talking about
what's yours is mine, baby.
Personal account.
What's yours is mine.
A personal account. Clearly, we're still.
I'm being facetious, but I get what she's saying. Yeah. But for the record, she married, so what's hers is mine. Yeah. I have one red bottom heel. She has one. Okay.
We'll have Marcus try them on later today.
I ain't saying all that. Yeah. I'm gonna return them and get half of the money.
Oh, please. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. What is one purchase that I have made that you questioned?
Ooh.
Like, probably like a bigger purchase, not like a candy bar.
That is a really good question. I genuinely don't think there is a big purchase that you have made that's truly gave me the ick. I mean, I have to dig deep in the archives, and I would say if you're forcing me to choose a actual item, those drapes from the wedding, like the little thingy behind them. We actually argued about that. It wasn't like a strong tiff, but it was like a why. It's aesthetic. It's this. We're paying for like that was, and what was that? Like $1,500 or something.
I don't remember at this point.
So if you make me identify a item, I would say that. But that is not the biggest financial headache you personally gave me. It was when you decided to leave Amazon and go to St. Louis. She had Amazon stock. I want to say share prices was like, I don't know, $1,500 a share. She had so many shares and they were about to vest. She would have got a nice little direct deposit in like November. She left early in August? September. So we were fairly close. October, November. If she would have waited 60 days, we would have had a fat deposit of her. And it would have been like $10K at least. I remember doing it. I was anal about it. And we were paying for a wedding and a relocation. We were moving. And we were doing it on our own dime. So this was when Beck embarked on her gymnastics career, coaching career. Moved ourselves to St. Louis, and she could have stayed for 2 months at Amazon and got that direct deposit. And that would have helped us with either the move. We were doing 3 things. We were paying for a relocation, a wedding, and a house. And I was hot when she left. She asked me to. Do you remember this? You were like, "What do you want me to do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do because I don't want you to resent me for it."
But now he resents me for that.
Low key, I kind of did. I was like,
but I think the thing with this is, do you know the reason why I left?
You said you were leaving early because you wanted to be there at the start of the gymnastics season so that you can build a rapport with the gymnastics team.
If you were an athlete or athletic of any sorts, you know how important, 1, building team camaraderie is, 2, preseason, how important preseason is, and how much that shapes and builds the foundation for the season that happens the beginning of January. So if I'm going off of staying at Amazon, waiting for the things to vest, that was probably like mid-November. Not getting out to St. Louis until the end of November, early December, like that's just not feasible for a coach to be a valuable asset to the team. In my eyes, in my experience of being a gymnast for 18 years, those connections are built off of the repetition and seeing each other every day, building on what they did the day before, learning how each athlete, approaches practice, skills, all the things. So for me, it was crucial to be there when preseason started.
I think the struggle for me at that time, which I understand now, having gotten to experience you coaching for multiple years, she's right in the sense of like, I wanted to be this, I can build that rapport. I think I was just thinking in that immediate moment, like, you can't build rapport when you get there. Well, the season starts in January and you'll be there in November. What are we talking about? But there are certain things you'll miss, like team retreats and just like you said, that repetition of being there when they were in the summer or the off season, trying to learn and build on this skill, and then you see it through as you help coach them all the way to January, and now they perfected it, and now they do it in their routine. Yeah. So that, I guess, in a sense, might have been taken away from you. But selfishly, I was looking at it like, we're paying for 3 huge things, and you're choosing to dumb it down, build a friendship with these little girls over helping buy your first home. get the heck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why it was such a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
So you asked, like, what's the big purchase? Nothing. Like, Becca's actually really good and responsible. I've turned her into almost a coupon queen herself. Not literally
No.
coupons, but like she's very frugal. And I pride myself on helping her get to that point.
Yeah.
But that is the one thing that probably irked me to the 10th power.
See, I feel like gymnastics is just constantly spending money. And in a sense, like, we didn't get money because I was going to do something for gymnastics growing up. Money was going out the window because it was for gymnastics. It's just like a constant thing, but it builds such character, time management, respect, discipline.
Guess we got to start saving for Layla today then.
Exactly. She needs to get into the gym ASAP.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are we going to pivot into
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's dive into a few would you rathers. You want to do rapid fire?
Yep.
All right. Would you rather give up all fun spending or keep spending but stay financially stuck?
I think I would want to give up fun spending. I think we've had a good run of the fun spending the past, 5-6 years. But now that we have little ones and things like that, it's time to like kind of
buckle down
a little bit more, put some of that fun spending more towards, stuff for them, extracurricular activities and stuff for them.
Yeah.
So less trips.
Sorry,
fam.
Less trips in a more.
As soon as
what is it called? The preschool.
Yeah.
Keep in mind though, as you answer that, let me ask. Tomorrow is not promised. Mm-hmm. Are you sure you would want to completely cut off fun spending?
I don't think it's completely cutting it. It's dialing it back a little bit. Because like right now, I think it's like someone says there's a trip, like the Stevens are going. Like we're going to figure out a way to make it work.
She's not wrong.
Whereas I think not that it's like straining us, but it's, we're not pouring that money into a savings. Yeah. We're pouring that money into a trip for experiences with the kids, with ourselves and stuff. Like I never want to take that away from the kids of being with their cousins or being with friends and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I do think we just need to be a little bit more selective and be okay saying no to some of those things that come up.
No, I get that. I think with that thought in mind, a good question would be Chris Brown and Usher just rolled out their new tour dates. And they're actually coming in Vegas. So with that in mind, with what you just answered with and said, would you rather us spend money on some tickets for that? Or would you rather we just put that towards daycare or preschool or even Layla's gymnastics? What would you
Well, I'd already put money aside for the tickets before this conversation. So we're good on that end. But moving forward, I would say... Obviously. Question
number 2. I threw that one in there. Would you rather have separate finances forever or combine everything? Full transparency. Because separate is freedom, but combined is accountability.
I get that. I could go either way with this one, to be honest.
You combine 100%, you get 100% more questions. Hey, what was that $14.96 that you spent?
I know. I know.
We getting Kroger brand cereal. Moving forward.
See, like I can't do that. I will keep my individual account.
Question number 3. Would you rather find out your partner has a secret debt or secret savings?
I'd rather find out they had a secret savings.
When you find out, it's not because I told you. You stumbled across a bank statement or the bank called you. Hey, Mrs. Stevens, what would you guys like to do with this $20,000 that you have?
Oh, no problem. I'll send over a routing and account real quick. Thank you. No need to notify Mr. Stevens. I've got it handled.
You don't feel betrayed or like, what the heck?
I probably will, yeah, but I'd feel
That's
even
not
more
like a bigger discussion?
shocked if you came in and were like, "Oh, by the way, I have $100,000 in debt from this accident that happened 20 years ago, and you just never told me about it. Now that's something we have to start paying on." And you're gaining money with the $25,000 in savings, so yeah, send it over to my account. No worries.
I will say, I know someone personally whose parents went through something like this, but it was not a debt. They had a lot of money sitting in an account. The mom,
The offshore account.
it was not an offshore account, but she just had a Bank of America account.
Yeah.
Husband found out about it, saw it, was like, "What the heck is this?" I think he thought it was more probably like a just in case rainy day fund. I might leave him. So she's like, no, it's not like that. And she actually gave it away.
Gave it away to where? To who?
Like her daughter.
Oh, well, I mean, still, that's giving my money away.
I'm sorry. It was not like a $5,000 thing. It was probably like 20.
So you're saying if I had $20,000 in my savings that you didn't know about, you would want me to give it away?
You could put it in Jackson and Layla's 529s.
You wouldn't want me to put it in our.
So savings? What I would want is 9,000 in Jackson's, 9,000 in Layla's. That 2,000 goes to me for my pain and suffering.
Next question.
I'm going to Louis.
And you're gonna buy a brooch.
Can you let your dog out? Okay. Next question. Would you rather argue about money once a month or never talk about it and just figure it out? Remember, before you answer, one is loud, the other one is silent but deadly.
Thank you for that context. I think this goes back to like a similar would you rather question we had about would you rather argue every month or never have an argument for the rest of your lives. And I think it's healthy if you can respectfully argue and debate and have conversations about things. So I would definitely say argue a month about money rather than it just being like a topic we don't talk about ever. Because you just never know what's happening behind the scenes, or if something drastic happens and it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to sweep it under the rug, then it never gets resolved in that same pattern.
No, we figure it out, right? You just figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out under the rug.
I will say this: if you don't know, two of the most pressing reasons people get divorced: finances and communication. And so, if we're arguing every day or every month about finances, at some point in time, you're not in fear that it becomes overbearing, too much, and possible negative repercussions come from doing that every single month. And you get to a point of like, I don't know if I can do this with him anymore type thing. Because that's what you just chose.
I would rather it be like we're having this conversation every single month. And then if it doesn't fix or it doesn't happen to work out after that, okay, well, at least I voiced my concerns about the situation. I felt like I said it. You chose not to take it. All right. I tried. As compared to not saying anything at all, then you're not doing anything to help a situation.
Okay, that's fair.
Or behavior.
Okay, last and final. Would you rather? Would you rather approve every purchase over $100, or they spend whatever they want, no questions asked? There's that controlling factor.
Yeah.
And then it's just, do you trust me or not? Literally have to approve, double approve every purchase I make over $100. Or you let me spend whatever and you never question it or ask.
Well, if we're talking about you're pretty savvy and you know, money conscious, so I think you would be okay, but
you want to ask me what I would want?
What would you want?
Honey, I trust you. So, I don't want to approve every $100 purchase.
You want to approve every $10 purchase. Okay. All right. I think at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you make or we make as a couple. It's how we go about thinking about how we use our money and how we spend it and how we save it.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing is like, how do we move with the money that we are putting in together,
Yeah.
and making sure that we are doing that to the best of our ability and being smart about it.
I agree. Yeah. Make your money work for you.
Yeah.
And spend more than you, and save more than you spend.
Yep. Because we'll make it back eventually.
Yeah.
So I think as long as we're on the same page with with money and communication, then we should be smooth sailing.
Yeah, in theory. We should be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of bumps in the road. We've had times where it's like, all right, let's tighten the belt. But I think we've done a good job historically with being on the same page, being in alignment with what to do next, what not to do anymore. Mm-hmm. And we just communicate about it. And I think we're still a work in progress. In no way, shape, or form have we perfected this. But yeah, when it comes to the money thing, we're usually in line.
Yeah.
And if we need to take a step back or tighten that belt, we both jump on that ship very quickly. Mm-hmm. And I can say it's been a journey to partner with you on this because we are like-minded and equally yoked. So you have made my life easier once we spoke about it and implemented a plan. So choose who you marry wisely.
Exactly.
Anything else before we take us out, Mom?
I think so.
If you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want the visual, please join us on YouTube. Add us on Instagram. Send us your would you rathers. We will happily dive into some of those for you. We're also open to any topics that you guys want to shoot over to us, DM or message us either individually or to the Poured Unfiltered page, and we will happily cover one of these topics for you. If there's nothing else, do me a favor and enjoy your rest of your day. Have nothing short of a phenomenal week. Stay poured.
Stay unfiltered.
We out, baby.
Oh, love you.
Love you.
I don't know why you did that.
This is not a shot. I'm sorry.